paid attention.
It was better than the NBA draft in terms of surprises.
Yeah, surprises for sure.
For sure. I don't want the Canucks to feel like they made a shit pick.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Okay. Was he the best player available? Maybe not.
It's Zach Benson. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the BTR podcast.
Before we get started, we had NHL Draft Day today. So for more draft content, please hit that subscribe button.
Just a heads up, this might be a long-winded podcast. NHL Draft, NBA free agency starts on Friday. NHL free agency starts on Saturday. So it's gonna be probably a long one. So we'll appreciate you guys if you watch it through.
We also got soccer transfer news as well.
Big soccer transfer news. Also, just a heads up, if this podcast episode becomes low energy, we apologize in advance. We're both under the weather, but we gotta grind this content out because it's
draft
season mode.
It's a draft day. We can't miss today.
Yeah. Without further ado, we're finally starting with NHL, not NBA.
Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah. So NHL draft at this time of recording was today. So on Wednesday, round 1, round 2 and above is on Thursday. So by the time we release it. We're not going to be previewing round 2 because we have no clue what happened in round 1. Bless you. We have no clue what.
Yeah, I'm very sick.
we have no clue what's happening in round 2 and 3. We barely knew what happened at the end of round 1. So
for Canucks fans,
we don't have a round 2 pick, but we have a couple of round 3s, I believe.
Yeah.
And 4s.
All right. So what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the Canucks, or you just want to go in order?
We're gonna go in order, but before we go in order, like the NBA one, I have some complaints about the draft. Why the hell is it so long?
It wasn't that bad, right?
It started at 4 and ended at 8.
It started at 4, yeah.
I ended up falling asleep for the last bit because obviously 8 doesn't help when you're not feeling too well. But
yeah, I was asleep too.
But at the same time, I'm just like, okay, I'm bored now. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was like, what, took 4 hours?
Gary Bettman took and same with the NBA, like even that took 3 hours.
But that's 2 rounds.
No, but I'm talking about the first round took 3 hours. The second round took like 1.5, which makes sense because there's a reason why Jokic got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. But but like even this NHL one, like why does every member of your front office needs to show up to the stage? Why does Gary Bettman have to give like a 20-minute speech prior to, right? I get it. You might need time to stitch the jerseys and there's commercial reasons, but like people are definitely gonna be tuning out.
I understand.
Or they'll tune in once their team shows up if you're a good team, obviously.
Well, who was that guy retiring today? The GM?
David Poile.
Yeah, so I kind of understand to give him a little speech.
But everybody should be like Patrick Allvin, just straight up go there, make the pick. And
bro, why giving Vegas credit to winning the cup? Not like why is half the team saying that? Like, just say, at most, just say, thank you, Nashville, for hosting.
Stop for a second. We're going to come back to the NHL game.
Did it happen?
Yeah, right before we hit record, we were looking at this baseball game. Domingo German throws 99-pitch perfect game versus A's, becomes fourth Yankee
Don't disrespect him.
Dingo Herman.
That's Herman, bro.
Herman. Sorry, bro, I'm reading it
perfect
like
game?
Let me just double check.
Or no hitter. I think it was perfect game. He was perfect after 8.
Yeah, Domingo Herman has thrown the 4th perfect game in Yankees history. This is the 24th perfect game in MLB history.
Wow.
And the first since 2012. So
and in 99 pitches?
I thought someone else had a no-hitter. I thought like Kershaw had a no-hitter in between, but I guess it was... perfect game. But I thought that was more...
Was it last one Roy Halladay?
No.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I remember...
It could be.
I remember a couple of years ago, Carlos Rodon had a perfect game through 7 or 8. But then he allowed a walk in the 9th or something. Yeah, so he still got a no-hitter.
Last perfect game thrown.
But it does kind of help when you're playing the Athletics, but it's still tough, obviously.
Felix Hernandez, I think.
Bro, he did 99 pitches. That's hella efficient.
Yeah, we've seen our share of no-hitters since then. The most recent perfect game came in 2012 when Felix Hernandez of the Mariners accomplished the feat in August 15th.
Yeah, Felix Hernandez was pretty good.
You're a Yankee fan, so I don't want to congratulate you, but as a player, I'll congratulate you for making history.
Yeah.
Blue Jays, you're up, man. We need one. Kevin Gausman is always close to it. Chris Bassett was close to it. Even Barrios at times was close to it.
Yeah, they were all close. Bassett pitched a full game. Barrios pitched into the 9th inning, I think, once.
And Gausman last year.
The only issue with Gausman is throws strikeouts. So his pitch count's already above 100 in 7 innings.
Yeah. All right, that was a little bit of MLB talk.
The first little breaking news.
Not major breaking news, but
it's still great accomplishment. It's like a major accomplishment.
Major accomplishment made in baseball history.
No hits, no walks.
Yeah.
That's insane.
11-0 win as well, but it is also the Athletics.
It's Athletics.
Yeah. Okay, let's move back to the NHL where we cut off. Oh yeah, it takes so long. Yeah, you're right. Like, why do you need to thank Vegas?
Yeah, like why do you waste? Just say thank you Nashville for hosting because like NHL teams actually like are in the stadium, right? Unlike the NFL. So like just say thank you Nashville for hosting. Our pick is Connor Bedard or whoever it was.
Yeah. So speaking of Connor Bedard, no shocker, he was the first overall pick, right? Or is a complete shock to some people probably. But
Bro, you know, he just
but
like
did you not notice that what jersey he got?
which one? Like
He got 98 already.
yeah, they're give everyone got their own numbers. I think.
No,
No.
it was just Bedard.
So they just had it stitched up.
Yeah,
with
they're
his
like,
number?
yeah, he's gonna be wearing 98 anyways. Here you go. I still thought he should have gone to 23. That was his draft year. Everyone else got 23 because we're gonna get into the surprise picks. How would you know what number they're gonna wear?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. You know what? I'm just like like the Wembanyama this draft, the Zion draft where you just had the hope like shock the world. Please shock the world.
When they said Regina, I'm like, wait, who the hell is this guy? And I'm like, wait, that's the team he played on.
But like, just please shock the world. But obviously,
yeah, there's no chance.
There's no chance. You can't pass up on Bedard.
Okay, let's just get started. First pick. Let me just pull up the draft as well, because we're not gonna go through every pick. We're gonna go through the first couple up until the 11th. Maybe talk about a couple of local guys that got picked as well. Because to be honest, like we said, we don't know too much about the draft.
But I'll be like, this is probably the one I paid attention.
It was better than the NBA draft in terms of surprises.
Yeah, surprises for sure.
For sure, because every NBA draft pick was like, yeah, not really a surprise, or maybe somewhat.
But like that's like really. A couple positions off.
Yeah,
a couple of picks off.
All right, Bedard, like I said, straight up 90. He got the 98 jersey. No surprise. You know, it's funny because he's sharing his favorite memory was when he was at Game 5 when Bieksa off the stanchion.
Oh yeah,
and
against
then
the Sharks.
His question was, yeah, you're going to Chicago when they were rivals at that time, but obviously, 3-year contract? Maybe he'll sign a small extension, request a trade. Connor Bedard will be a Canuck in 10 years max.
Do a Eric Lindros. Hold up.
He's not. Well, he's too late now. But
you can't.
No, congratulations, Bedard. Obviously, well deserved. Like him and Wembanyama were like literally the first overall pick in like 2 years. But the draft started at 2. For me, it actually started at 3, but clearly
it kind of started at 2 because everyone thought it would be Adam Fantilli to the Ducks, but it's not like it's a bad pick.
It's kind of like the Brandon Miller, Scoot
Henderson thing, right?
No, but it wasn't like people thought the Michkov stuff was big because with Matvey Michkov, the issue was his KHL contract / I don't know how people are saying that they're overplaying the geopolitical stuff, but they're saying that even Michkov today could potentially go second because they're saying that his skill is similar, closer to
like he's the best Bedard. After Bedard. He's the best offensive player.
Yeah, right. And then even with Bedard, like he's no McDavid because his speed isn't there. We'll just quickly give Bedard his flowers. Bedard, obviously his speed isn't there, but Chicago. I think I saw a post. I think it was Sam Cosentino of Sportsnet saying Patrick Kane 2.0 check next. Right?
Yeah, legit sniper. He can make plays. Skills are absolutely incredible. Like you saw the goal against Slovakia in the World Juniors.
Yeah, exactly.
The overtime winner. But that was absolutely nasty.
Yeah, so Connor Bedard is officially a Chicago Blackhawk. But number 2, like we mentioned, it was Leo Carlsson, not Adam Fantilli. Like pretty much, I think every draft had Adam Fantilli number 2, except maybe 1. And I don't know how reliable that draft was, but
yeah, I
remember because I changed the channel to the Jays game because I'm like, oh, they're taking forever. Let me change it back. I changed it back, and I'm like, this ain't Adam Fantilli.
Yeah,
and
right.
you came into my room, and you're like, what the hell just happened, right? Before I let you go, like I said, with Michkov, they were even saying that he could jump up to 2.
Yeah, but
to start the draft. But I was fixated. I'm like, it's gotta be Fantilli, right?
It's gotta be Fantilli
because he has a speed that Bedard doesn't, obviously.
Yeah, so I don't know how much is like fit wise because they are similar level, but Carlson is like I think a little bit of a better playmaker, like has better senses. So maybe
from the highlights I've seen, I'm not gonna comment too much on these players.
And I think
this is like I said, a Scoot Brandon Miller situation,
kind of like that.
But these guys are both centers.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying like since like Anaheim already has like the goal scoring, right? Because Fantilli's better, I would say, goal scorer, and Carlson's a better playmaker. So I feel like they maybe just like because of Zegras or like Troy Terry, they have some goal scoring. So they're like, let's just get a playmaker to set these guys up.
Yeah, they kept it quiet too, right? Like, there was no leaks.
It was like, but otherwise level wise they're similar. Like there's no
like every draft had them 2-3, so it wasn't like some egregious thing like we're gonna get to at number 6.
Yeah.
But
so like because it's not fully surprising, but it was a little like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I was fixated on Adam Fantilli.
Same.
Straight up. Like, I was fixated on Adam Fantilli. So I'm glad we don't have to play Adam Fantilli because he's going to Columbus. Anything else to say about Leo Carlsson? Can't say too much.
Yeah. Sweden. I don't think any of them other than Bedard will play first year. or from opening day. Like
Yeah, because I
could,
thought Fantilli, maybe Carlson, I don't know, but Fantilli
come
could have
midway.
played in if you put to Anaheim. I thought.
Yeah, they could probably come midway, but like Bedard's the only one from opening day. Like
Yeah.
lock.
Yeah.
Others can, like Fantilli and Leo Carlson can, but they're obviously development is first, and NHL players,
Yeah.
sometimes take like 2
Well,
years,
for sure.
2 to 4 years.
So let's move on to Columbus. Then obviously they ended up had the easiest pick of the night, I guess, with Adam Fantilli, and they needed a first line center, like a top center, ever. Like they lost PLD, right?
Yeah.
Even though he could be classified more as a winger as well, but and then any other center really can't really name recent. Boone Jenner. He's not really a top tier guy.
Yeah, but like
so this is their chance to finally get a top tier guy. Apparently he wanted Columbus, so I don't know how much that was a factor of him. Anaheim not picking, kind of like Jaden Ivey last year, where he's like, I don't want to go to Sacramento. So I don't know if Adam Fantilli did that, but obviously a little surprised. But because who wants to go to Columbus? But Columbus is gonna be challenging for the playoffs, right? With their Provorov moves.
You got Goudreau, you got Severson now, you got Kent Johnson, Provorov in the back, Wierenski. Right? Like their defense definitely improved.
Yeah, so then they got their center of the future. Let's see how it works out. Canton Johnson, obviously, he's more friends with Bedard from what I know, but obviously Canada, right?
Yeah.
Hobie Baker winner, right? One of the few.
You know what's funny because he's a Michigan player, right?
Yeah.
And now he's in Ohio State.
He's like it's always gold blue when he went on the Sportsnet panel. He's like it's always gonna be gold blue. It's no the Ohio State, but. That was the top 3. Number 4 this is where the Mitchkov watch was gonna start. Likely.
But most of the time it was gonna be Will Smith.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is this is where the Mitchkov. Because I think Button had. Button had Mitchkov for.
Yeah, but a lot of mock drafts I saw did say
for sure.
Will Smith. So like this is for me where for us this is where this is where the actual draft starts.
Will Smith, not the actor, not the guy. But it's funny because he came out to Fresh Prince song as his walkout song.
Actually,
yeah.
There's also 2 Will Smiths in baseball too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they're all white. I'm pretty sure, not the one from acting, but or a singer actor. But yeah, no, Will Smith, not a surprise pick for San Jose. Makes sense. Again, I'm not gonna comment too much on their games. You guys could, if you guys are fans of these teams, just go search the highlights up because that's what we're doing with Tom Willander. Spoiler, Canucks fans. But yeah, so Will Smith went there, and this was somewhat of a surprise. First of all, I have 2 things before we get to the pick. Yeah. Well, the pick was David Reinbacher, went to Montreal.
Oh, we're moving on to 5th already?
Yeah. Because wait, do you want anything else to say?
Will Smith, I mean, I think this is like, it's like kind of like the NBA now. Like NHL, they're not coming from like the CHL anymore. Like there's like Europe.
This was a WHL heavy, I think, Western heavy draft. Like there was a lot of obviously.
I know, but I'm saying just in recent years, like there are people coming from like US development, like Will Smith.
Oh yeah, a lot.
And then obviously European as well, right? So like it's kind of like it's growing at least. It's good to see.
This was obviously like Bedard was WHL or CHL, one of them.
Bro, I don't even know.
Yeah, I get those confused. Leo Carlson overseas, Adam Fantilli college, Will Smith U.S. development program.
Yeah,
right? Obviously he's American. So, but let's go to number 5. This is the guy that went up a lot, right, in recent times. Like at first, when I looked at it back in January, he was like in the 15 range. But now he went up to 5 with David.
Because it was like really forward heavy, right? Like the forward group in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially centers, and there's some few wingers as well.
Yeah.
Like obviously, because there's one defenseman in the top 10.
Yeah.
You could tell it's forward heavy.
David Reinbacher is the guy that went. Now, 2 things before we get to the actual pick.
Yeah.
Carey Price. I don't know if you just got stage nervous because that's what it seems like. I'm not gonna.
Stage fright, yeah.
Stage fright. Then because he was scared to butcher the name or something. And number 2, why the hell was he mic'd up?
Oh, while
walking to the commissioner to Gary Bettman after.
Yeah, right. I don't get it.
You could barely hear him. Like the dude's like in shock that he's got picked. Not in shock that he got on high, but like shock like you're that feeling, right? Oh, you
like emotions.
Yeah, the emotions.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I've been drafted so many times.
But no, like that emotion, like you see it on these guys, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell was that? I messaged my buddy because he's a Canadians fan, right?
Yeah.
Or at least, yeah, I think he is. He's like, I messaged him. He's like, yeah, it's just weird. It was awkward. Like he's just walking.
I was like, who's
he's
talking?
hugging his family, and then they're interfering by saying, "How does it feel?" Like, bruh,
what do you expect?
You're gonna talk to Carolyn Cameron after, anyways.
Like they're gonna do post
the Canadians that are watching it in Canada or
Sportsnet.
They're gonna watch it with Carolyn Cameron anyways, and then the Americans would watch it with ESPN. But no, anyways, David Reinbacher, right shot D, the most scarce position, right?
He is better, also more scarce because he's a better defensive. Like he's more defensive than he is offensive, but he has a big shot. And
Big body.
big body. He could skate well for
Yeah.
that big size as well. Obviously,
You were hoping he fell.
I was hoping he fell to the Canucks because I feel like he was perfect partner for Quinn Hughes in the future.
Yeah.
So that's what I was hoping. But obviously, his stock was rising ever
Yeah.
since like the World Juniors.
Yeah, like up until yesterday when I was looking at mock drafts, like
Yeah.
at break during work and stuff.
Yeah, I
he
didn't.
was
I,
like
didn't,
he
I
was
thought.
going as high as 5.
I thought it was high as 5. I thought he's gonna be like 7 or 8. Right.
Yeah, like
I
7,
thought
8.
Montreal was getting Michkov. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously, they went defense. They were rumored to trade the pick down, but yeah, David Reinbacher, obviously a Montreal Canadian, moving down to the 6th pick. Here was
A
the
Russian was
head-scratcher.
taken.
A Russian was taken by the name of not Matvey Michkov, who everybody thought it was.
Because I did. So for me, when I was reacting to it, right?
Yeah,
Like they were saying, oh, was it Locomotive Russia? I don't know where he's from, right?
Yeah.
But it said Russia. I was like, all right, it's Michkov. And then I'm
then
like,
heard Dmitry.
Dmitry. I was like, who's this guy?
Simashev, and you hear the broadcast go quiet. You see Simashev be like, "What the hell?"
He was like this.
Yeah,
Like he was shocked himself.
So essentially, Dmitry Simashev. First off, we're not downplaying anything. We are just surprised because we're going based off what we saw in mock drafts, what the analysts are saying, the pros are
Yeah.
saying.
Okay. Like
I'm not downplaying the player. I'm downplaying the spot of the pick. This reminds me of when
That's what it
Daniel
is.
Jones went up to like 6 when he could have been at 15. This was
Yeah.
like Cam Johnson. But I'm also pro. If you're into that player, just get that player because Cam Johnson, look how good he became, and he was.
Yeah, I know,
backup,
but
right?
he
He was
was
supposed to go in the 20s.
20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a big
So
jump.
he could have gotten with their 2nd pick even if they were really scared.
They could have definitely managed it better for sure. They
Yeah.
should have traded back.
That's the part where like
Like,
what the hell just happened and
he is
shook up the draft.
He is a first round talent.
Yeah, Canucks were linked to him. The Canucks wanted to trade down maybe to get this guy.
Yeah. Like if all the picks were gone,
Yeah.
like their player pool.
Yeah.
But no, that was 6 is way too high for him.
Yeah. So this shook up the draft completely, right? Because we'll get to Washington in a second.
But
But
Philly,
Dmitry Simashev, he's also, people are saying that he has the potential of being the best D-man in this draft. He's a left shot, right? But again, it was just because the way projections were in classic Arizona, did classic Arizona things.
they know
Same thing
like
with
they
Brett
could,
Hayden back in the Hughes
like what
draft.
3 years ago, like 3 years from now, they could just have an A+ draft.
Yeah,
same year.
just because of this pick, right?
Yeah.
So we're not knocking down the player. We're knocking down like
The management could have.
the
I
pick
think they
could-
could have like.
Yeah.
They didn't have to trade back all the way to 20. But
Yeah.
they could have traded
They
back.
had, they had the 12th pick as well.
Yeah, they could have traded back to like 15.
Because even the 12th pick was like questionable.
Yeah, they
right?
could have
So-
traded back to like 15 or something. You know.
Yeah, so because like Nashville was trying to move up, especially being in Nashville. But let's move on. 7 here. It was Matt.
There was no
Mitchell.
surprise. I didn't. Philly.
Because I didn't think it was a surprise. I thought Washington was guaranteed to get Matt Mitchell no matter what.
I think he wasn't going past Philly because I think Philly really liked him.
I thought he wasn't going past Washington no matter what.
Yeah.
So yeah, Philly took him. I'm not surprised.
But because people were trying to get trade ahead of Philly to get Michkov,
Yeah.
right? Like especially like how the Montreal pick was in
If
play.
that was the case, then Arizona fucked up big time.
Yeah, but surprising that he was the second Russian taken off for
Yeah.
sure. But Philly, obviously, you have to wait a couple years for sure. But man has
It's a risk. It's a massive risk. But
it's a risk.
if
But
he
the
does
risk
come
is
over-
not the risk is not ability. The risk is like
if he comes over.
if he comes over.
Yeah. Or
Right.
he has to get a buyout for a contract. What we're saying essentially is he's a draft and stash, meaning he's already signed with his like overseas team, in this
KHL,
case
like-
KHL team. Canucks fans know this with Vasily Podkolzin when we drafted him. That's why he fell to 10 in 2018, 19, whenever the draft was hosted. I think it was 2019. And he was, they couldn't agree to a buyout for him to come over, right? So that's why he'll be in the KHL for like 3 more years.
Yeah, he has like 3 more years left.
Yeah. Moving on, Ryan Leonard, the next U.S. development guy on the
Yeah.
line with Will Smith, and no surprise here
No
because
surprise. Yeah, he was supposed to be top 10.
even Washington's GM was just like, in our scenario, we thought he was gone, so they had another plan. They were gonna pick.
Yeah, I think
it probably would have been Dalibor Dvorsky. I don't know who would have been.
Yeah.
But he's like, in our situation, we didn't have Ryan Leonard here available.
Yeah.
So that the fact that he was here, we're taking that all day. So no surprise. Ovechkin
no
got
surprise.
another guy. Obviously, none of these guys are really going to be playing. A lot of them are going back to their overseas or college or AHL, not AHL, WHL, CHL, whatever
Yeah.
team they're in, the junior team they're on for 1 more year.
Yeah.
9. So this is where a shake-up a little happened. Again,
Nate Danielson.
Nate Danielson to Detroit. People was the Zadina effect.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain name falling, which we'll get to. That's why, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, he's a center. That he was supposed to be around the Canucks range, 11 to 15 range, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously they shook it up because Dalibor Dvorsky was on the board. Zach Benson was the guy who was on the board. So those two guys were rumored to go up. Alexel Sandin Palika, even Tom Willander.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Detroit obviously took their best guy. Shades of Zadina is what they were saying on Twitter. Like I said, we're not going for anyone's downfall here. It's just like the surprising element. There's no trades, by the way, that happen, right?
No.
In general. So yeah, which is kind of surprising. But moving on 10. So this was an easy pick for St. Louis with Dalibor Dvorsky.
Yeah, he was supposed to go
he
top
fell
10.
to the Canucks.
Yeah.
So Dalibor Dvorsky, he played in Sweden a lot, but is Slovakian.
Yeah, he's Slovakian, moved to Sweden because Sweden was better, like hockey development wise.
So here we go.
So with the 11th pick,
it is Tom Willander. And all right, so this is where we're gonna probably take like 5-10 minutes talking about the Canucks again, as you can tell from your Joven's shirt.
Yeah.
So they take another Swede. Surprise. Like we have a Swedish history, right? It's the Dean brothers, the GM himself, last year's pick, Jonathan Lekaramäki. Patterson, other Patterson.
Oh yeah, other Patterson.
Right. So Höglander. So it wasn't a surprise. Here's the thing, right? First of all, about the player, he was projected to go to us anyway, so it wasn't a surprise pick.
Like in that range, right? Like
people were surprised that Benson was falling slightly, even though in recent mocks he was dropping. But he's a Canucks fan growing up. He said that he was a big diehard Canucks fan because of the Sedins. So we didn't get Bedard, but we got Tom Willander. He's committed to go to Boston University next year.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna be in the NHL. Obviously, he shouldn't be in the NHL. It's a right shot demon, so obviously scarce position. And this draft had the top 3 defensemen essentially were right shot D, right? So it's kind of hard to pass up on it. But here's the thing. And also it's kind of like deja vu from, like I said, Zadina and Brett Hayden draft from the Community draft.
Yeah.
That players are falling. Guess I already told you, but just say the name that was trending on Twitter after this pick.
Ole Levy.
Right. So here's the thing. First off, I'm gonna get this off my chest. I understand it's a draft and everybody has their own preference. And obviously, Willander was supposed to fall to us. Not fall to us. We were supposed to take him anyways. But it, like I said, with the draft, how it played out, everybody wanted Zach Benson because of the upside. So the classic debate of, was this the best guy available? According to Patrick Alvin, he said, yes, this was our best guy available no matter what. Instead of positional need, which was the Levy draft with Kachuk and Keller and all these guys that went afterwards. Okay? But I'm seeing on Twitter, people are just saying like, shit pick, horrible pick, what the hell are you doing? No congratulations to the player, right? And I'm not going to say any names on Twitter. I'm sure Canucks Twitter people will know who they are. Why shit on a pick, right? Like, people are bringing up, oh, this is what happens when you win extra a couple of games for no reason. Yes, we agree with that. Me and you agreed with that, but it's not the time to bring it up. You bring it up once the season ended. You shit talk about that. That was a horrible situation. We bring it up in the draft lottery at the most. And then after that, you live with it. Why go back to the past? Right? Also, like, why go back to the past? That makes no sense to me.
But also, they're different management groups.
Exactly, right? So people are like, obviously people are saying, oh, shades of Benning. This is clearly Benning, so-and-so run group, blah, 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 Alcalini all over this, even though this, I don't think
here's my
has
point.
anything with this, but yeah.
Here's my point. At that time, we had the 5th pick. Yeah. Right? In my opinion, if you have a top...
And Benning also admitted that was need. And now, we're not going to travel to 2015 or whatever that pick was, 2016, 17.
But here's my point. Like, if you're in a top 10 pick, in my opinion, you should be just drafting best player available.
Yeah.
But now that you're in the 11th, like, you're in the mid, right? The middle part, we're like 11 to 20, right?
Yeah.
You
still like a best player available in my opinion, but you have to do your pros and cons and like your a little accounting word opportunity cost to see what are you missing out on if you take the positional need.
Was Levy the best defenseman in that draft?
I have no clue. I can't. Like I said, I'm not gonna go back and research for that. There's no point. But
here's the thing.
And here's the thing. Players are different.
For sure.
Yeah.
Willander seems like
he's skyrocketed too as well.
He skyrocketed, but he seems like with his like demeanor that like he's a serious guy. He's gonna work hard, right? Like that reason why reason why he's coming to Boston University. He's like, I want
NHL or North American
hockey experience.
He literally said,
in his interview,
I want this pick to be like, no, I don't want the Canucks to feel like they made a shit pick.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Okay. Was he the best player available? Maybe not.
It's Zach Benson, most likely.
Yeah, but what does he bring to us? He brings size. Quinn Hughes doesn't have size. Complements each other, right?
Skates well.
I was looking at this pick as for my defenseman, I was looking at a pick as a guy to pair up with Quinn Hughes in the future.
Yeah.
And obviously centerman, like, just because we
Yeah.
don't have any centers after Patterson, really.
Benson was a winger too. But
Yeah. Left wing is a need because we drafted right wingers a lot.
Yeah.
So it may not be the best player available, but it was the safest pick.
Yeah, no, for
Right?
sure.
Because yes, he may not pan out. Yes, he pans out. Whatever. If he pans out, you have a top tier D pair of Quinn Hughes and Tom Willander. Quinn Hughes is the offensive guy. Tom Willander
He
is
could
not.
he skates
He
well.
skates well. He's
and
big.
he could
he's
move the
physical.
puck.
He can move the puck. Right. He may not be offensively as gifted as Axel Sandy Pelika,
Yeah.
but I don't want to.
There was no point of that.
Hughes has offense.
We got Philip Hronik.
Hughes has offense.
And we have Philip Hronik.
Yeah,
for a
like
reason.
Sandy Pelika could run a quarterback a power play, right?
Yeah.
We don't need that because we have Hronik running the second unit.
Yeah.
Right?
No, this was
Like, it was a smart pick.
it was a smart pick. Like, obviously, I saw people like Satyar Shah love this pick because of, like,
I
you said, potential,
was-
offensive potential, but great defensive capabilities. Then guys that think like Thomas Trans, I haven't seen him really tweet, but from the tweets I've been seeing from other Canucks fans that are on it, or Canucks fans, I guess, that are on it, saying like, oh yeah, Sat and Dran should argue because like blah blah blah, right? For me, like, it's not even any of that. If you had taken Benson, you support Benson. If you taken Sandin Pelika, you support Sandin Pelika. They're a rookie coming in.
The thing
Right?
is,
The key thing here is development. Is Willander willing to get developed? That's number one. And how are we gonna develop? Like you said, this is a different management group.
the thing is this, with the lack of assets you have now,
Yeah.
picks wise,
Yeah.
you have to get this right. And getting it right doesn't mean just a pick. Getting it right is the pick, the player's character to get developed, your development team itself,
Yeah.
and how long it's gonna take. Like, don't throw him into the fire like how we did with Hoglander, right?
Yeah.
Right. So how long would it?
And
Like,
is,
how
was
long?
he truly the best player?
Yeah.
The
How long?
scouting department. is
Yeah.
that.
How long are we willing to wait for him to get to the NHL?
Do I
eventually?
believe he was more of a pick for need than a
Yes,
talent
100%.
pick? I think that was definitely pick for need. Now, obviously, the scouting department, all of them will know if he was truly best player available. But again, you assess it. If it, like, for example, like Canucks last year drafted a winger, I'm sure they assessed that. Oh, we need a centerman. Oh, we need a defenseman, but it's not available. So we're taking like Hiramaki because he was the best player available. Why would I think otherwise this year?
Yeah.
Because
So
they proved it last year.
the thing with Lakramaki was the best player available. Like,
Exactly.
it's not
So
yeah.
I'm sure that management team did its pros and cons to seeing like, if we do take for need, how much of a drop off is he from someone like Zach Benson?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Zach Benson's a local kid. Last time we had a local kid was Jake Virtanen.
Yeah.
So think about that way too.
But the thing is, like, I felt like the gap between Ulevi and Kachuk is way bigger than the gap between
Yeah.
Willander and Benson.
yeah, but yeah, my rant pretty much is like, just support the player. I get it, because guess what? Maybe in 4 years down the line, Willander becomes the best defenseman out of this draft class. Then people, like, I think I forgot his name, the Stanshin on Twitter. He's saying like, well, obviously people are gonna argue for the sake of it, whatever. Who cares? But people are gonna frantically delete those tweets in like 10 years. These are the same people, like, hypothetically, I know this is not happening. If the Canucks win the Stanley Cup somehow in the next 1 or 2 years, these are the same people that are shit talking the Canucks. Oh yeah, blah blah blah, shit, blah blah blah. That. Guess what? The people, I'm not one of them. I'm just saying, like, there are people that are like uberly optimistic that they're gonna be like, how, what now? Like, what are you gonna say now, right? This is a draft pick. Just develop him well. If you develop him well, you have the right shot demon of the future. You look at Cale Makar, obviously I understand he's the best defenseman in the game, but even guys that fail, like Adam Fox, for example, right? Roman Yossi, I don't know if he's right shot, but I'm just saying in general. So if you develop these guys well, look at Quinn Hughes. If he has a Quinn Hughes mentality, we have a number one pairing for the future, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with the pick. Even if it was Zach Benson, even if it was whoever, even if it was a bad pick for say. Now, could we have traded down with someone who wanted Zach Benson? Sure, I agree with that. But the Canucks did not feel like they were able to get Willander how far though they were
I
gonna
mean,
go.
realistically, because Benson got drafted with the next pick,
No,
or 2 picks, so it was Arizona.
Arizona did Arizona things.
Yeah, but still, like, the picks were like so close to each other. It'll be hard to like find a trade back
Exactly. So like,
because if you go like 3 spots down,
he was supposed to go 11 anyways.
yeah, if you go
Even
3,
though they were saying that he was supposed to go 10.
yeah, if you go 3 spots down, right, a team in front of you, there'll be Arizona who made their pick, Buffalo getting Benson, whatever it was, right, and there could have been a team taking Willander there.
But yeah, so like I get the Ulevi shades because Benson can be something special. Don't get me wrong, but if this guy turns out really good and not even like, yeah, maybe he becomes Chris Tanev, I'll still take it. People are saying, oh, this should not be Chris Tanev type pick, but it is what it is. he won't be a bust, but yeah, maybe someone like Benson or whoever, Samuel Honzik, whoever,
They get like
they might get better. It all depends on how the player works. And this was, like you said, a safe pick. I'm fine with the pick personally. I'm not like over here. Like if this was Simashev, then I'd be like, what the fuck? If Simashev weren't not supposed to pick 6 and we picked him here,
yeah,
then I'd be like, okay, what the hell are you doing?
Okay, yeah, then like that doesn't benefit anyone.
Yeah. So, but that's my rant on that. But for the pick, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like
Develop him well. Maybe we see him in 2 years. Maybe we see him next year. Who knows? How he doesn't BU, and we go from there.
yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'm just saying like, yeah, he may not have the upside of Benson might be higher,
Yeah.
but the fit of this, like you just gotta weigh in fit with best player available, right?
Exactly.
And he may have been the second best player available, but the fit with him was much more better than
Yeah,
Benson's.
like we ain't saying like this was a top 10. Like if it was like Fantilli somehow dropped, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, what the hell are you doing, right? Like a top 10 talent. Benson was like falling though, so yeah, it is what it is. We move on. Obviously the next pick again, another Russian that Arizona took, Dan Milstein clients, but don't know much about him. But it was the same reaction of the Simashev pick, Daniel Boot I think
Boot, I think. Yeah, him is like same thing as Simashev. They were first round talents, but they were like you could have traded back for them.
Yeah.
Like they didn't manage it well enough, or didn't project well enough. Arizona.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move on. Arizona's Arizona. We don't even know if they're gonna be in Arizona for all we know, right? And it's stuff like this. We're like, okay, what the hell are Arizona doing, right? Like, the only good pick they made was what, Clayton Keller, Dylan Gunther, I guess you could say.
Yeah, maybe.
Chikrin.
Yeah.
Nothing else really. Like way out early on, sure. I'm talking about later picks.
Yeah.
But let's move on. 2 local kids in the next 2 out of 3 picks. Zach Benson goes to Buffalo, and I love it for him. You're at a situation with Tage Thompson, right? You have Rasmus Dahlin. You have all those guys. Buffalo had a great year last year. Obviously, we're not saying Benson's on the lineup there, right? So he'll be probably coming in a year or 2, in my opinion.
He still fits the timeline.
He fits the timeline for sure. Braden Yeager from Saskatchewan goes 14, and Matthew Wood, from BC himself, goes to the hometown of the draft, Nashville Predators. Wood was someone who was linked to us slightly if we were to trade down, just because of big size, leadership skills, and all that. I think so. We had Connor Bedard, who's from North Van.
Yeah.
Zach Benson, I believe, is from Langley, but
I think it's Langley. I'm pretty sure it's Langley.
Played in Winnipeg though. And then I think also Matthew Wood is from Vancouver as well. Zach Benson is Langley, and who was the last name I said? Matthew Wood. Also, we should keep an eye out on any breaking news because the draft is still coming up.
It's still going, right?
No, not going.
I mean, like
tomorrow.
Still continuing.
Yeah. Matthew Wood is. Well. Okay, this is a different Matthew Wood, but Lethbridge, Alberta. Okay, maybe not. He played on Connecticut, but I thought he moved to BC or something like that. But never mind. So not Matthew Wood, but yeah. So that was that pick. Samuel Honzik, Vancouver Giant, Slovakian himself, is going to the division rival of Calgary Flames.
Yeah.
Speaking of Calgary, before we talk about Honzik, you see that video I sent you?
Oh yeah, because Treliving, they're making Treliving leave.
So what happened was Treliving was allowed to come back after the pick was made.
Yeah.
So obviously after the 16th pick, he was allowed to come back because Toronto was picking 28th. But yeah, no, that was just some stupid shit I've seen. But yeah, Samuel Honzik, big dude. He was obviously got hurt during the juniors.
Yeah.
First team Slovakia, but he's that guy. Like if the Canucks wanted to trade down for him, it would have been a guy as well. Because from what I hear, like obviously I listen to like Giant stuff on the way back home because they obviously play Giants games.
Yeah.
Big guy, could skate well, capable two-way ability. So pretty good pick there. Here was where Axel Sandin Palika went to Detroit. Fits them. Nicholas Strom, Swede. Nicholas Kronwall, Swede.
Yeah.
Swede.
And I think Moritz Sider is a right defense, like a right shot as well.
Yeah. So they traded Hronek away. Makes sense for that.
But Sandin is a right shot as well, so he's probably their
second.
Yeah. Here I like this pick because Oliver Moore was
he fell, right?
Like he's speedster, and he pairing him up with Bedard.
Yeah.
That's a good pick for Chicago
Blackhawks. Two
Blackhawks.
centers of the future. essentially.
Yeah,
And
basically.
obviously, you can move him in the wing when you need to.
Yeah, because he has great speed.
The pick before that was also Kobe Barlow went, who
Yeah,
was also
Kobe
linked to the
Barlow.
Canucks. But yeah, that's pretty much all we know. I don't know who else really. No trades happened to talk about in terms of the draft movement. And Gabriel Perreault, I guess he fell here. No, there was another guy from Vancouver, Andrew Crystal. He didn't get drafted. He was supposed to be a first round talent.
Yeah, but I think that everyone the draft is so deep, right? Like even the second round.
No. But what I'm saying is people are gonna be surprised. Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is where
but I think
I
like
fell asleep probably. But
everyone's like a first
no.
round.
But what I'm saying is like this was supposed to be like that Vancouver draft. Andrew Crystal was supposed to be one
Yeah,
of the
but I'm
later
just saying like
picks. Yeah.
the half the second round people might
Yeah.
just be first round talents in a different draft.
So definitely he'll go early second. It seems like he's
Yeah.
not on this. Yeah. Nothing much else about the draft. You know, let's talk about. I mentioned Tree Living earlier. He confirmed that Sheldon Keefe will be coming back. Very
Alright.
surprised.
Huh?
Sheldon Keefe is coming back as head coach.
Uh,
So they fired Dubas, but not.
Keith. Yeah. This is last year for sure. If he doesn't show something, he's gone. I am a little bit surprised, but I feel like the new general manager may have helped him. He probably wanted like 1 year with Keith to see how he is. Like with him personally.
Yeah, it's also probably a Shanahan thing too.
Yeah.
So there's that. Let's get to the trades.
Yeah, there were a bunch.
Okay, so let me just pull them up because a lot happened. Nothing affecting the first round, but it affects the
Later rounds.
later rounds. You want to start off with the big one, sign and trade?
With Alex.
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Oh, Pierre-Luc Dubois, yeah.
Yeah. So let's pull that up quickly.
So he got traded for Iafallo and I think Gabe Lardy.
Okay, so the full trade: Kings acquired Dubois on a 8. Okay, so he signed an 8-year, $68 million extension with the Jets because that's where he could get the most years. And then he got traded for Gabriel Velarde, Alex Iafallo, Rasmus Kupari, and next year's second round pick, 24 second round pick. LA Kings, right?
Yeah. Kings needed like obviously another center for sure, but I think it's a little bit too much.
Same. Okay, so here's my thing. First off, just want to say that he didn't want us to be in Winnipeg, so it's kind of like the Huberto thing with Calgary last year. They did a good job on the return, and if Winnipeg does decide not to go mushy middle hunting again, like they might with these picks, they could obviously flip these as well. But I don't get the big hype around PLD personally. He's not like a superstar like Kachuk was.
Yeah.
Right. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I heard he performed in the playoffs like at the Columbus back then. And he obviously had decent playoff runs. Don't get me wrong.
But he also had his struggles as well.
Yeah, like one, you don't know what he's gonna be like randomly. Oh, I want to go to Montreal out of nowhere. But I just don't get the hype personally. Like you gave up 3 quality starter players for him and a second round pick.
Yeah, especially Gabe Lardy's one. That surprised me.
I thought it was a lot. Now he obviously signed a cheaper contract than I thought because he was looking for like 9-10 mil. He ended up getting it 8.5. But
yeah,
I just don't get the hype with PLT personally.
Yeah, I mean, he's up and down for me, right? Like he does perform well, and when he performs well, he's like really good.
Yeah, he has his highs.
But he has his lows as well. Like he goes on like droughts a lot as well.
Yeah.
But just I think for the Kings, they just really wanted a second line center. Right, like offensive threat.
Well,
Someone
who's
could
the first line center? Hansi Kopitar?
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna retire in probably 2 years.
Who knows?
So he'll be the future.
Yeah, no, but like Dubois is like, the Kings need a better 5-on-5 play, and Dubois will help him with that.
Yeah, obviously they still have they traded Sean Jersey, but they're bringing in Brant Clark. Is Quentin Byfield gonna be? That's right, Quentin Byfield.
Quentin Byfield. Brett Clark is their defenseman, right?
Yeah, Quentin Byfield.
Like in the pipeline. I think he was
injured. Quentin Byfield.
Yeah, no,
Alex
Brett Clark.
Turcotte
I think
was still there.
Brett Clark is like the projection right next Jude Doughty basically.
Yeah, so
for the Kings in the future.
Yeah, no, it was a massive trade for sure. Not sure if I'm a fan of the huge return that they needed to give up like 3 quality, middle 6 guys.
Yeah.
I just don't think PLD had shown enough personally. Now I get it. I didn't watch much Columbus. I didn't watch much of Winnipeg except when they played the Canucks.
Yeah.
But even like you would hear stuff like Kachuk essentially, if he was going off. Now maybe this is where he wants to be. Maybe he'll go off. I could be wrong, but at least for the original trade return, especially that he just wanted out no matter what, Winnipeg did a decent return.
Yeah, Winnipeg got a decent return.
And 8 by 8.5 is a fair contract. I'll just say
it's a decent
for the
contract
current
for sure.
market, with the cap only going up 1 mil though, but
Yeah.
still. Yeah, so that was trade number 1. We got a bunch more to get to. You want to go to New Jersey quickly?
Yeah, let's go New Jersey.
Alright, let's talk New Jersey in general.
First of all, Calgary traded Tyler Toffoli to get Jaeger. I forgot his last name.
Toffoli to Devils for Sharangovich. Jaeger Sharangovich and a 2023 third round pick.
And then Calgary extended Sharangovich
Yeah.
with like a 2-year contract.
Yes. So this was Toffoli's last year. I think he's like the only guy that wanted it out because Sutter got fired. Because he's a Sutter guy from the Kings, right?
Yeah, Kings, yeah.
Tyler Toffoli, for a guy how good he is, gets ever since the Kings got moved a lot.
Got moved a lot, right?
A little bit was also on the Canucks because I'm still pissed we didn't extend him back then.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to win, right? And you wasted all that money on other people, but that's a story for a different day. Obviously, Montreal flipped him with the cup final run there.
And it's good for the Devils as well
And
because
Calgary now flipped him. And yeah, you're right. He wants to extend with the Devils, like he said. And before, I'm going to bring up other moves before I'm going to talk about the Devils as a whole.
yeah.
Calgary, obviously, we don't know what's happening there. It could be rebuild mode. It could be something. I don't know what they're going to do. They have massive contracts.
They're flipping these guys to where people like...
They don't want a Goudreau situation as well. Craig Conroy came out and said that.
Yeah, they're also trying to flip these guys. I don't think they're trying to get like picks. They're trying to get players under contract.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're
younger.
I don't think they want to real...
He did say he wants to get younger and get players that want to play for Calgary. So.
Yeah, and I don't think they want to rebuild, but it's kind of tough to find these younger players as well.
He's also a Devils player to me. The way the Devils play, I feel like he complements that well.
Yeah, because
and like you said, his experience
is there.
Andre Palat's there.
Devils are young.
Yeah.
They're saying that he could probably play with Jack Hughes because Jack Hughes is a little bit smaller and Toffoli's a little bit bigger, so he'll bring the physicality and he'll score goals for them.
Yeah. That was move number 1. Move number 2 was smaller. It was just Blackwood got traded to the Sharks for a 6th round pick.
Yeah.
So their question mark is goalie, but we'll get into that in a second. And then this other last big move they made was they extended Timo Meier to an 8-year deal worth only 8.8.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get like at least 9, right?
How old is he?
Timo Meier, I think he's in his 20s.
He would have been in arbitration, so he's definitely younger.
27, maybe? I don't know. 26?
26.
Huh?
26.
Yeah, Timo Meier is absolutely a killer player.
Yeah.
So extending Timo Meier was obviously going to be a priority. Only issue is that, like you said before, question mark becomes goalie.
Yeah. So this is their current squad. I'm going to pull it up quickly.
They're running it back.
8 years of Meier, 8 years of Bratt, 7 years of Jack Hughes, 5 years of Dougie Hamilton, 5 years of Seigenthaler, 4 years of Heischer, and years to come for Dawson Mercer, Luke Hughes, and Nemec. All of them are under $9 million. I think Dougie Hamilton being $9 million. Yeah. Plus, you could throw in Toffoli and Palat for veteran presence. Plus, Toffoli could extend.
Palat signed last year, so Palat should be.
Yeah, he's there for a while too.
Yeah, he should be locked up.
Yeah, but this is their core, and they're all under $9 million.
That's
so
insane.
They could definitely pair.
And obviously, you're adding
Toffoli paid.
Yeah, Palat added last year, good experience. Toffoli experience. The reason why, obviously, goalie's a question mark, right? It's gonna be Vitek Vanacek and Akira Schmidt.
They're gonna be a tandem. Are they gonna go big game hunting for Connor Hellebuyck?
They can't now with the Meier contract.
Who knows? I mean, people can make shit work. People can make shit.
I know, but I think is Hellebuyck.
I'm just saying
Hellebuck's gonna want money.
But Hellebuck's only on a $6 million contract for next year. So now the question is how much he wants to extend. You're right about that. I'm talking about next year right now, short term.
But he has 1 year left on his contract.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not gonna trade like a decent package to get Hellebuyck.
They get him for cheap and then figure out a way to extend him by trading other pieces if they have to? But Hellebuyck obviously older in age, but let's see how he is.
Hellebuck's also
because there's different types of goalies, right? There are goalies that are overall just good no matter the situation, like Vasilevsky, right? There's goalies that need action, right?
Yeah.
And there's goalies that need a good defense. By action, I mean like if they're not getting any action, randomly one game, they might be rusty, right?
Yeah, like the toughest saves are the ones where like the opposing team has a big shot period.
Yeah.
Like shot gap, right? Like the last shot was like 10 minutes.
Other guy, I don't think he'll be getting traded. As
the thing is this, they're not getting Hellebuyck. I don't think they'll be able to pull it off anyways. I don't think they're getting any goalie. They're gonna run it back with Vanacek and Schmidt.
That's what you think?
I mean, they have no other choice really. Reason being, like, is if you think about it, that playoff run, it was good experience for both of them. Vanacek never played in the playoffs. I don't think so. He did.
Yeah.
And then Akira Schmidt, obviously, he was the rookie.
Yeah. I just won't be surprised because obviously Korpisalo is also on the market. depending on what he does with LA. But obviously, that contract just got signed with PLD. So yeah, the goalies.
And also,
if
like,
they get a goalie, they should win a cup in the next couple of years.
yeah, but they're also good defensively.
Yeah.
And obviously, if they do what Vegas did, what Aiden Hill did,
Yeah.
Akira Schmidt obviously struggled against the Hurricanes, but was absolutely killer against the Rangers, right?
Yeah.
So it was both of their Vanacek and Schmidt's first time in the playoffs. So obviously, you're gonna give them a little bit of a pass, right? Like as the Devils as a whole, because the Devils were a young team as well.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that team is gonna be good for the future.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sure. But let's move on to today's trade. Golden Knights deal Riley Smith to Pittsburgh for a third rounder. Obviously, clearly a cap dump type move. Maybe he might be up for a contract. Riley Smith is 32 years old, so he has 2 years remaining on his contract. So maybe just a cap dump more so. Has 2 years remaining on his contract, which carries $5 million cap hit.
So that's unless he is 32. He is 32. Maybe they're trying to look for a replacement because Vegas is obviously making moves to get
56.
They're always looking to get better.
Games. Yeah, that's what they always do.
Vegas
original misfit who won them a cup. They're like, all right, move on. Right back to our loyalty episode.
Yeah. Like Vegas, even Colorado, the way Colorado won the cup, they're always making moves to get better.
Yeah, then this helps Pittsburgh because Jason Zucker is a pending free agent. Jake Gensel, Brian Rust, Ricardo Rakell, and Mikael Granlund are Pittsburgh's other top 6 wing options.
Yeah.
Right now, so there's that trade. Moving on.
I think.
You want to go? You want to end off with Taylor Hall, or do you want to start with there right now?
Do you have that one pulled up right now?
I have the whole links right here.
All right, so let's go with Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall. So, cap dump clearly by the Bruins because they're in cap trouble.
Yeah, obviously. Then
Taylor Hall joins another team with the first overall pick.
And depending, Orlov and
now they have the money to
Bertuzzi are free agents as well. So I don't know if they want to bring them back or not.
But Chicago Blackhawks have acquired forwards Taylor Hall and Nick Foligno from the Boston Bruins for defensemen Ian Mitchell and Alec Regula.
I also like it for Blackhawks a little bit. Yes.
Diddy the veteran presence.
Also, just
and they extended
help
Nick
Bedard,
Foligno
right?
As well.
Like you can't really throw Bedard in the fire with no one, right?
Exactly. They extended Nick Foligno as well.
Yeah, so Taylor Hall obviously is gonna help out Connor Bedard.
Yeah.
And obviously you expect them to play together. I would expect them to play together. I don't know if Chicago fans disagree or not, but
Hall has 2 seasons remaining at a $6 million cap hit. 31-year-old had 61 points in his first season of the 4-year contract. Chicago was not on his 16-team no-trade list, so that's why the trade went down. Foligno, 35-year-old, so that's just clearly they need it. Chicago obviously needed after also adding in Will Smith, Oliver Moore. So that helps.
But Oliver Moore is not gonna. I don't think he'll play.
Boston obviously. No, I'm just saying in general for the future. Just trading camp stuff and everything. But yeah, big time for Bedard. You give him a capable goal scorer. Taylor Hall's still pretty decent. So there's that move. Flyers trade Kevin Hayes to the Blues for a 6th round pick. So this was originally supposed to have included. Remember Sanheim.
Yeah.
Krug. The reason why this didn't happen is Torrey Krug did not want to waive his no move clause or trade clause.
This was be a bigger trade.
It was supposed to be a bigger trade. Now it became a nothing trade because Kevin Hayes 50% retained. Of the 7.14 cap hit.
He has a decent cap hit, right?
And obviously, we know that Blues are not tanking, so this was just an off year for them. And they're banking on
Kevin Hayes is a good player,
and they're banking on coming.
I think he's back. Is he Bo? I think he's Bo Horvat's cousin, right? I'm pretty sure. I know Bo Horvat had a cousin in Philly.
I'll double check.
But yeah, I remember hearing that.
I know what you're talking about. I don't think it was him, but I could be wrong.
Kevin Hayes was one of Philly's
Travis
better players.
Konechny.
Was Travis Konechny?
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind.
But yeah, so good trade for the Blues, who still have Torrey Krug on their roster, but
and Flyers obviously get some little bit cap relief. Not too much, but
they don't
still
care.
Got
they don't care because they're tanking now. They're
they got $3.5 million as well.
Right, you got Matvey Mitchkov coming in a couple of years. I think I have one more trade here.
Do you think the Flyers will be the worst team in NHL?
Arizona again, but
Arizona was better. They weren't.
Yeah, but now they have no clue what's happening with them.
Yeah, too. All the outside drama may affect them a lot.
It should be Philly and it should be Arizona from both sides on top of my head.
For Eastern Western.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me quickly check the standings.
I mean, I would say each division maybe it's probably Arizona. then it's probably. Would you say Chicago again for the
I
Central?
think Bedard will be good enough to carry a little bit. Yeah, from the East, definitely Philly. I don't see any of these teams
It was like Buffalo's better,
Yeah.
Ottawa's better,
Yeah,
Detroit's better.
From the West, it's either San Jose.
Yeah, San Jose as well.
I think it'll be San Jose
Yeah.
overall. But last couple of trades here. Or Riley Smith twice here. Okay. So Avalanche made 2 moves. First move,
Yeah.
they traded Alex Newhook's rights to the Canadians for a pair of picks, which was 31 and 37, right? So 31 was today,
31 today, yeah.
and then 37 will be on the second day. Good return for a pending guy, most likely. As well as they got a AHL defenseman Gianni Fairbrother. Don't know who that is.
Don't know either.
Disrespect. But
Yeah, I don't know either.
Newhook is a pending RFA. 22-year-old produced 14 goals, 16 assists. Obviously, lower opportunity. You would have thought he would have taken a bigger jump with what's his name? Gone. Nazem Kadri.
Kadri gone, yeah.
But now they
Is
obviously
he center?
added.
Is he center? I think he's a winger, no?
I think he's center winger, but probably plays winger more.
Yeah, I think.
But Ryan Johansson is now there. He'll be their second line center.
Yeah.
So at least for now.
And then their second move, did they trade a 37th?
So they traded that. So the second move was they traded the 37th pick for Ross Colton from the Lightning.
Yeah.
So Ross Colton to the Colorado Avalanche. I think the Canucks had some interest, but obviously we didn't have a second round pick. Colton is pending RFA as well with ARB rights. So technically they just swapped.
What's Colton's position?
He is
Forward.
forward.
So winger?
It just says forward here.
It just says forward. I'm pretty sure he's a winger.
You want to check?
No, I think he's both. I'll check quickly, but I'm pretty sure he's like, I think he was a center move to winger for Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay has a lot of centers, right?
Yeah.
Like Stamkos play center, Point could play center.
Wing, but
yeah, so like I feel like Tampa were just moving him just cause for a cap dump.
Yeah, exactly.
It says he's listed as left wing, but I'm pretty sure he could play center.
Yeah. So we'll just assume he's a winger based on that. Let's move on. I think that's the last trade. I'm just trying to see if there's any breaking news trades popping up right now. Here we go. Okay, so Riley Smith done, Taylor Hall done, Newhook done. Yep. Okay. Next up, let's get into the free agency for a little bit. Or do you want to go to the NHL schedule quickly?
I mean, what schedule release, right?
Yeah, NHL schedule released. I mean, I can't really.
I'm happy that Canucks don't really have like a 6-game road trip at the beginning before they have their home opener.
They have one home opener, and then they have a 5-game road trip.
I think the first game's at home, right?
Yeah.
Against
Then
Edmonton.
they're like,
then
yeah, you know what? You guys were struggling on the road too much. We'll give you one home game, but then you're going on a road trip.
Then there's like 5-game road trip,
Yeah.
and then there's like 3-3 after.
Yeah.
It bounces out a little bit.
Yeah, so it's like 5 or 6 away, 5 home, I think, something like that. In the first month, the biggest takeaway as a Canucks fan was the 9-game homestand in March. So
yeah, that like
they better hope they're in a playoff spot by then.
Yeah, the road trip wasn't even that bad. Like it was like 500. It was almost 500, right?
Last year,
no, actually, no.
Last year was bad.
No, last year was
winless.
Bad. Yeah,
5-2.
Yeah.
It was a year before where we.
It was a year before we were decent.
Yeah. Last year was 5-2, and then Buffalo we shot it, and then the jersey fell on the ice.
Yeah, it was.
That's
horrible.
what it was.
Last year was just absolute garbage.
Yeah. Obviously that's the key for the Canucks, but we don't need to get into the schedule talk. Schedules out, you guys could look it up for your favorite teams. Let's get into free agency because that starts on Saturday, right? So the next spot obviously we're doing is on Sunday, coming out Monday.
Yeah.
So I'll pull up the free agency class. Obviously not a big class, and let me pull up the potential trade candidates. Obviously PLD is gone. Connor Hellebuck, I believe.
PLD still
this is based on the daily face-off.
PLD still had a year left, no?
RFA.
Huh?
He was RFA.
Oh, he was RFA?
Yeah.
I thought he had a year left.
No.
Oh shit.
I think he is because he extended to 8. He signed an 8 by 8.5, right?
But that doesn't mean like he could still be. The Jets extended him.
I believe he was RFA because I think he RFA because he signed a 1-year deal last year. I think what happened was he had an RFA year and then he had UFA after that.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest.
So here's the trade target board. Pierre-Luc Dubois already traded. Connor Hellebuck. Kevin Hayes already traded. Mark Scheifele.
Yeah.
Evgeny Kuznetsov.
You can see a lot of Winnipeg
Erik Karlsson.
And then Calgary players as
Connor Garland. John Gibson. Carter Hart. Tony DeAngelo. That trade hasn't gone through yet, right?
No.
Okay. One of the St. Louis defensemen in Parayko, Falk, Letty, Scandella.
Yeah.
Ross Colton already got traded. Taylor Hall got traded. Dan Vladar, Adam Henrique, Matt Grizzlick from Boston,
Yeah.
Andrew Peak, Anthony Mantau. So these are the top 20. Kaylor Yamamoto, Blake Wheeler, Tyler Myers. Yeah, we'll stop right there. Capo Kakinen and any of the Blues first round picks. This was on June 10.
Do the Canucks trade Tyler Myers?
I don't think we will.
But you have 1 year left.
Well,
right?
we have to figure out till September. So think about it. We don't have Ethan Bear. Even if we sign him, he's out. We just bought out OEL. What other defenseman could we realistically get?
I mean, yeah. Because I'm pretty sure the Canucks are going to play to win, right?
Yeah. So I don't think we'll trade him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think of some news or something.
No. I was just looking at the recording.
Okay. Free agency: Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, OEL, Ryan O'Reilly, Vladimir Tarasenko, James Van Riemsdyk, John Klingberg, Max Pacioretty, Milan Lucic is going to Boston.
Actually?
Yeah. Rick Dollywell reported that this morning that it's looking like he'll be going to Boston.
Oh, wow.
Matthew Dumba, Eric Johnson, Jonathan Quick, Jason Zucker, Jonathan Drouin. Yeah,
There's some decent names. It's not the greatest, obviously.
Patrice Bergeron.
There are some decent players.
Freddie Anderson.
Patrice Bergeron is his retirement or back to Boston.
All the names I'm seeing here are not that great.
It's okay. There are a lot of older players.
Miles Wood is someone the Canucks are linked to from Jersey. Big guy.
What is he?
Forward. Yeah, winger. Alex Nedeljkovic.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy. No rumors other than what I saw.
They're good players, but they're also like past their prime.
Yeah. So the problem is, do you want to pay these guys?
Because they're also older, right? Like
they're older guys.
You don't want to pay them a lot.
Here, let me read you 2024 quickly, if I could see it. So as of right now, we know who's on the trade market that way.
2024.
Free agents.
Instantly pops up in my head is Austin Matthews.
Yeah. 2024.
Obviously,
Austin Matthews, Anze Kopitar, Steven Stamkos, Sebastian Aho, Jacob Voracek, Blake Wheeler, William Nylander, Brent Seabrook, Sam Reinhart, Matt Murray.
Ben Seabrook's still on a team?
Well, I think his contract comes up now. Michael Ferland was the last one. I'm just ripping it up, the names.
Yeah.
Sam Reinhart, Connor Hellebuck, Mark Scheifele, Jake Gensel, Tyler Myers, Anthony Mantha, Adam Henrique. So that's why you see these Alec Martinez, who's old, Tony DeAngelo.
So that's definitely much better than
Tyler Johnson, TJ Brody, Noah Hannafin, Elias Lindholm.
That's why
there's a reason why Calgary.
Yeah, they're gonna get traded.
Tyson Berry, Chris Tanev, right? So it's like a lot of Tyler Toffoli, Anthony Beauvillier.
It's way better. It's just simple as that.
So all these guys are probably on trade market if they're on a bad team. Anthony Duclair's on the market as well.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get Noah Hannafin. So.
Yeah, I mean for Canucks it's probably gonna be Myers or Bolivier.
So yeah, you can see all these guys
at the deadline.
Yeah, you can see all these guys.
Trade deadline could be nasty again this year.
If none of these guys extend, I think Sean Monahan extended.
But Sean Monahan is not the same player.
Yeah.
He also has a lot of injuries.
So yeah, these are the last year's free agents. So yeah, this year's free agency, we're not gonna go too much because I don't know. There's not that many rumors out right now. We'll more so cover it on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Canucks perspective, I think they're just gonna try to fill out the third pairing D-man. And then maybe
get a Philip Hronek partner.
And a
centerman. Whether it be through trade or free agency, because obviously we have the $7 million in cap space. But for other teams, there's obviously like I said, those teams that are trading, and then the signings. Ryan O'Reilly is the intriguing part. Obviously, Score had us taking him.
Yeah, but
he would be a good piece, veteran, Stanley Cup champion, still could play, right? So
yeah, he's good two-way. Offensively, drop a little bit. Speed is dropping too, but he'll still give us what we need, which is like a penalty killer and like someone who could win faceoffs.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last thing, the NHL Awards. That happened on Monday. To no surprise, let me just pull up the total awards. We'll talk about the first big thing. Connor McDavid was not the unanimous Hart Trophy winner.
Which was surprising for sure.
But the surprising part wasn't the fact that, sure, he got a second place vote. Fine. I get it. Pasternak had a great year if you want to be that biased.
Yeah.
Right? They put him fifth.
There's one guy that put him at fifth.
They put him, the only vote that he did not get in first place put him fifth.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's also the same guy that put Pasternak first. How that make sense to me?
I don't know.
NHL Awards 2023.
I mean, there's no real surprises as well. McDavid winning MVP, obvious.
All the
McDavid winning Players MVP, obvious, which was a Ted Lindsay award.
Allmark,
Allmark was
Montgomery,
Vezina. Montgomery winning Coach of the
Patrice
Year.
Bergeron
Jack
should be
Adams.
Selke should be named Patrice Bergeron Award.
Yeah, Patrice Bergeron won that again.
Yeah.
Who else was in that one? Barkov was in it too, right? Nominees wise.
Heischer.
And then
No, it was Heischer and Marner.
was Heischer and Marner?
Yeah.
I thought Barkov.
PD got some votes, obviously a little bit deserved.
And then Rookie of the Year Calder Trophy was Matty Beniers.
Yeah.
Should have been. I don't know if Kuzmenko.
He was not.
If he was eligible, I don't know if he would have won.
Yeah.
Because Beniers did help his team make the playoffs
So
as well.
Bill Masterton Memorial Trophy winner Chris Letang. I think that's also because of his health.
Yeah.
Calder, Matty Beniers. EJ McGuire Award of Excellence. Connor Bedard already got an award.
What the hell?
Frank J. Selke should be named Patrice Bergeron Trophy.
Yeah.
Yes, Patrice Bergeron. Hart, Connor McDavid, Jack Adams, Jim Montgomery, James Norris, Eric Carlson. We're going to come back to that because I have an issue with that. King Clancy, Mikhail Backlund, Lady Bang, Gonze Kopitar, Mark Messier, NHL Leadership, Steven Stamkos, Ted Lindsay, which is the Players MVP, Connor McDavid, Vezina, Linus Allmark, and Jason McCrimmon, Detroit Ice. Utah, that's a Utah one.
Yeah.
Norris.
That was probably the only debatable one for sure.
First of all, Morrissey wasn't even a finalist. I thought he probably could have won it. Does it bite you the wrong way that a guy whose team was fourth pick in the draft won it? You know me, I love Eric Carlson.
Yeah.
Right? He got 100-something points. He was the best player on that team.
Clearly,
But
yeah.
what about the times when Oilers didn't make it and McDavid didn't win? That's what I come back to now. Because Roman Josi had 95 points last year.
And then
I understand it's not the big 1-0, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, okay, what the hell? Like, how does that guy win it? Because for me, if it's an offensive defenseman award, sure.
Oh yeah.
Defense is both sides. You got to look at it.
Norris is defense, right? You got to look at both sides. And Carlson wasn't great defensively.
Exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. I agree with the fact that his team wasn't great. He did whatever he could, 5-on-5, everything. But then you could say the same thing with Quinn Hughes. You could say the same thing with Connor McDavid back in the day when he didn't win the Hart, when the Oilers missed the playoffs. So what's the difference here? Just because he hit 100 points? Is this like the Russell Westbrook triple-double?
I legit think it's that, right? There's no other reason.
The difference with that is at least Russell Westbrook made the playoffs and carried that team.
Nashville missed it by like...
Now, obviously, this is a different sport, so it's a different...
Nashville missed it by one game, and Roman Josi lost. I think... Did he come
Nashville
second?
made it last year.
No. The playoffs this year.
Oh, yeah, no. But I'm just saying last year, Roman Josi was in...
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that Nashville, like... last 2 years, Roman Josi, I think, finished, like, runner-up.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't get me wrong. McCarr deserves it last year.
Yeah, last year McCarr deserved it.
But I'm saying, what's the difference with your Roman Josi then? If he got 95 points. That's the most for a defenseman in a while.
And his team wasn't better.
And it was a better spot. He
His
was
team
one of the
wasn't
reasons why he should have been a Hart Trophy finalist even.
Yeah, and then obviously he was probably better defensively as well.
No, for me, it just bites me the wrong way that, like, how does a guy that finished fourth worst in the NHL, because I don't think they moved up or down in the draft, right?
Yeah.
They were where they were, wins an award for defense when your team is like absolutely horrible. Like, don't get me wrong, he was the best player on that team. He did everything for that team to carry, but it did not result in wins. And is it his fault? No, clearly, because he got 101 points.
Yeah.
And it was unheard of from a defenseman for a long time.
I guess that's why, because it's been a while.
That's where I have an issue with that.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, right? Because you gotta give his credit, right? Like, he definitely had an award-worthy season.
Yeah. If it's the best offensive. So this is my question to you. Should they bring a defensive defenseman award in? Which is someone like Cristana who could win?
Yeah, so then it just, I don't know. I don't know if it ruins the point then.
But the problem is they're
Like,
not valuing the defense then.
Who was the best defenseman then?
I would have given it to Josh Morrissey. But he
No,
wasn't
but I'm
final.
saying, like, if you bring in a defensive defenseman award, an offensive defenseman award, right? Who was the best
You also
defenseman?
have to look at the analytics, and I haven't paid attention too much. But, I mean, but clearly this was an offensive defenseman award this year.
It was clearly offensive defenseman.
Right? Are you surprised that Josh Morrissey wasn't even a finalist? Caleb McCarr should not even been a finalist.
Yeah, he was injured.
Yeah, so, and then Adam Fox.
Who was a
probably should have
finalist?
won it. Adam Fox and Caleb McCarr.
Huh?
Adam Fox and Caleb McCarr.
There were the nominees?
Yeah.
That wasn't Roman Josi either?
No.
So he didn't.
These
he
are the
wasn't.
top three.
So it was Josi, McCarr, and...
No.
What?
McCarr,
Yeah.
Fox,
Yeah.
and Carlson.
So those are the three nominees.
Those are the three
So
finalists.
Josi wasn't even in it?
Not for the final. I mean, he got votes, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like the final three, no.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That for me, that just a little weird. Comment down below what you guys think. Don't get me wrong. I've been listening to a lot of analysts this week that showed up on radio, and what their thoughts are. They all agreed that he deserved it. I'm not saying he didn't deserve. Okay, well, I guess I'm kind of saying he didn't deserve it, but I'm just saying like, okay, what's the definition? Because
Yeah,
then for me it was like
okay, so if
you're valuing in a way
yeah,
losing.
but if it's between those three, right?
I would have gone to Adam Fox.
Adam Fox definitely. I wasn't giving him a card, so it was definitely between Carlson and Fox,
Yeah.
right? And then obviously for
Like
me,
how about
yeah,
again? Hughes did not get 100 points, but he had a miraculously crazy season
yeah,
for the Canucks. Like he was like outside of PD, he was like the only bright spot of the team.
yeah. But yeah, like it's tough because it definitely is not McCarr, and it was gonna be between Carlson and
Morrissey for me.
Fox because
But I'm just saying
didn't-
Morrissey in general.
Yeah, but no, the fact that he got 100 points, I think they were just gonna give it to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't agree with it because then there's just a stats award,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You made it sound like how Art Ross, McDavid, and
Like
Rocket Richard.
I don't hate it as much as you do,
Yeah.
but I still get your point.
Yeah. Like I don't know. That's what I had to say for that. I'm not 100% too sure about that, but all right, let's move on. Comment your thoughts below about the awards if you agree or disagree. But let's move on to the NBA. We had a big trade and an extension already. Thankfully, we don't have to spend too much time on this.
Yeah, I mean it was John Collins to Utah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the
Right.
trade.
It wasn't like
It wasn't for it. Like it wasn't.
it
John
was,
Collins was on the trade market ever since he was drafted, essentially.
yeah, and
Even before
he
he.
didn't even get traded for much either.
No, that's why I'm confused.
Yeah, a little bit surprised, but
Let me pull it up. So the trade was Hawks are finalizing a trade. Send John Collins to the Jazz for Rudy Gay and a future second round pick. Atlanta's largely unloading off his 3 years, $78 million for some roster building flexibility and alignment with looming changes to the salary cap. So it's obviously salary cap moves again.
Yeah, it's obviously-
I've tried to pay attention, understand that. Can't understand it.
but he did have a big contract for his production.
He had a great year in that playoff run.
Yeah.
Like that's why he got the contract.
Yeah,
But
and then,
for me, it's like, okay, he was always on these trade rumors, but that's all you could get, right? Let's talk Atlanta here.
but
quickly.
it kind of hinders the fact because he really struggled this year.
Yeah.
So his value.
How much of that was also motivation? So
Yeah, no, but his value definitely is down,
yeah,
right? Like
but
it's not like
to the point it was old Rudy Gay and future second. I'm not saying he should have been a first, but maybe like a decent.
but also okay, his
decent-
value is down because of performance
Yeah.
wasn't good. Plus, with that contract, it was gonna be tough to get something.
Would you have traded Laurie Markkinen for him? Straight up.
No,
I know he had an All-Star year.
I wasn't trading Lauri
Capable
Markkanen.
year again. I'm projecting. That's why.
No, if I'm Utah, I wasn't gonna put Mark.
Okay, so here's my question. Okay, Atlanta. Let's finish off Atlanta first. Obviously they have a need at the 4 spot. Now I don't know if they're gonna start Onyeka Okongwu with
Clint.
Capella or is DeAndre Hunter going to the 4 they were shopping. You have the backcourt of DeJounte still with Trae Young.
They just need someone who can shoot the 3 ball there realistically.
So they were very heavily linked to Pascal Siakam. I don't think
Yeah.
a trade happens personally.
No, I don't
but
think
who
it
knows?
happens,
Like,
man.
never say never. But
Nah, it's a
That
Raptors.
was a
I'm saying
guy-
never, bro. Raptors.
I'm
never
just saying
do
that
it.
was a spot where it was going because they're obviously trying to move because they have AJ Griffin, right? They want to they're trying to move Clint Capella because they want Onyeka to be the future of the center spot,
Yeah.
and who knows what's happening with Trae Young and his situation. But they need a spot at the 4 as of right now.
Yeah, I don't know. For Atlanta, it sucks because a few years ago, Atlanta had all the pieces where they had to make, where they were like one big trade away to add in like a big player, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, they screwed it up a little bit now because now they're in this situation where like you ain't the best team in the conference, but you're also
They also still have Bogdanovich, Sadiq Bey.
yeah
So
like
they don't have a capable starting forward. Like Sadiq Bey is good, but I thought John Collins was in general a better player. But I'm not saying he was a better player this year.
yeah
Sadiq Bey was an ad from the trade deadline.
yeah.
So I'm not too sure.
The thing is, Atlanta definitely mismanaged their assets that they had a few years ago because they had a lot of
Bruno
assets,
Fernando.
a lot of young guys as well.
So I don't know if this means AJ Griffin at 6'6" is your power forward because that makes no sense. John Collins is 6'9", right? So that's where I'm a little confused with this. So what's gonna happen? Or are you gonna move it?
Well,
who's also
it's a
6'9"?
salary dump, man. Like there's nothing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. How are you gonna spend it now?
There's nothing to be confused about.
Obviously, we'll get into the free agency and see who's available.
Yeah, then
but-
for Utah, I mean, John Collins is different.
Yeah, but Walker Kessler, Laurie Markkinen, John Collins, They have another the young guy they drafted this year, Trace, not Trace. Let me just look at this.
Realistically, I don't think he's playing this year. Like he's not starting.
It's NBA.
He's not
It's
starting.
the
He ain't
NHL.
starting.
But I'm just saying, eventually down the line.
Yeah, but marketing's going to 3.
They drafted.
It's not like Utah's gonna win anything. Atlanta's trying to win. Like
no, but what my point is, how is it gonna fit there? They're trying to move Colin Sexton. So what? Are you gonna run like a 5-man big lineup like the Raptors do?
Yeah, like no, they're not. But Utah did just having it because like
Taylor Hendricks is who they have.
Yeah, like I don't think it's not a big deal for Utah, in my opinion, because Utah ain't winning.
Yeah, I get your point in that way. I'm just saying like how
it's like how
are you gonna get the best out of these guys though to trade eventually in the future? Is my point.
Yeah.
Because if Utah, like your point is, you still want to put them in a situation where like, okay, maybe, I don't know. All of a sudden, Victor Wembanyama went nuts. San Antonio wants to trade for Lauri Markkanen or John Collins. How are you gonna put him in that spot to get the maximum value you could get in return?
I don't know.
That's where my point is.
They can manage something.
Lauri Markkanen obviously has a decent contract too.
John Collins,
they're trying to shop Colin Sexton, but that's your guard.
Yeah, but if John Collins is like, if he's on his game, he could hit the 3 ball and could be a really good power forward.
Yeah.
And then Lauri Markkanen.
Who's your starting power forward right now?
John Collins. Lauri Markkanen is going to go out to 3.
So you're saying that they should just go big there? Because Walker Kessler should not be coming off the bench.
No, Walker Kessler is starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where my question
They're going to go
is.
big, like small forward, power forward,
People are saying Lauri Markkanen should start at the 2 because he's a shooter. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused.
I don't hate it for Utah as much.
I'm just saying I'm just confused with the return of after finally the trade happened and it's like, oh, this is all they got for it. And yeah,
like I said, Atlanta just mismanaged.
For me, it's just a fit. I know it's a cap dump, but for me, it's just the fit of how Utah will get the best value out of everybody.
I don't know. I think it could work.
Who's the point guard? Like, Jordan Clarkson's there.
You got Clarkson. Realistically, if you keep everyone right, it'll be Clarkson. It'll be Sexton, Clarkson. Clarkson. Yeah. It'll be Sexton, Clarkson, Markkanen, Collins, and Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, I guess.
Especially four of those guys can shoot the 3 ball if they're on their game.
But no, I'm just a little confused. That's all it is. You get my point though, right?
Yeah.
How are you gonna make the fit to get the best value? Because I'm sure Utah's probably gonna cap dump some of these guys.
Yeah.
Kelly Olynyk's still there, but obviously he's not starting. I'm just saying Kelly Olynyk's still there.
I'm saying I don't hate the fit as much as you do. Like I'm not confused about it. I think it's clear what they're gonna do.
Okay.
Well, that's what they should do, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
So assigned free agency is going to be a thing now, starting on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Or Friday night, sorry. And the opt-out deadline is Thursday for team and player options. Some guys that Lakers brought back Jared Vanderbilt, they're going to make a decision on Malik Beasley.
Yeah.
Obviously the RFAs with Reeves and Hachimura on that side. Obviously we saw Fred VanVleet, Kyle Kuzma, Draymond
a lot
Green,
of opted out.
Those guys opted out.
Some people opted out. Some people opted in.
What's his name today? Found out on Twitter that the team is not bringing him back.
Who?
So Woj tweeted Torian Prince is not coming back, and Torian Prince tweeted, "Thanks for letting me know, Woj."
Okay.
But one signing happened today.
Vucevic
has extended 3 years, $60 million. So a little cheaper than I thought. $20 million a year with today's market in the NBA.
Yeah.
So clearly they're not rebuilding. They're gonna run it back.
Yeah.
This also could be an eventual move down the line piece if they do decide to blow it up. But 3 years, 20 mil. I think DeRozan has 1 more year left on his contract as well.
Yeah.
Levine has like 1 or 2 years left as well. So, yeah, nothing much to say. They're just running it back, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, nothing to say.
Let's go over some free agency then. I'll pull up the NBA free agent. This one has at least bigger names than
I would say they're both equal.
Kyrie Irving is the biggest. Him alone is like the whole NHL draft or NHL free agency class. James Harden still capable.
That's it. Really, is a big fall from
Russell Westbrook, Chris Middleton, James Harden. Off the bat, I'm like, okay, this is more intriguing.
No, we'll see.
All right, Russell Westbrook most likely going back to the Clippers. I'll pull up the rumors in a second because there are some big ones.
Yeah.
Chris Middleton most likely going to re-sign, in my opinion.
Yeah.
James Harden is either re-sign or Houston.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he'll re-sign. Let me know if you disagree with anything. Kyrie Irving probably staying.
Yeah, who knows?
He's not going to be a Laker because the Lakers already came out and said that they're going to try to run it back with smaller ads. They're just rumored to try to bring back Bruce Brown, who's also a free agent. Not bring back, bring in Bruce Brown.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell, someone they're looking to bring back, free agent. Kristaps Porzingis obviously is signed, so it's the trade. I don't know if it's official according to this. But
yeah.
Kevin Love, Draymond Green is the big piece there.
Yeah, Draymond.
All right, let's talk about Fred VanVleet because that's the next name that popped up.
Yeah.
Did you see the rumor today?
Wow. What? I don't
Houston
know. I
are
didn't see it.
willing to offer a 2-year, $80 million contract, so $40 million a year.
Yeah, so I'm saying like teams like Houston, Orlando.
But what I'm
Like
saying is
these-
obviously Toronto should not do anything.
Yeah, no,
in
like
that.
Toronto shouldn't do anything. I'm saying these teams like will offer Fred the Bay that where Toronto shouldn't be matching it.
Yeah.
The Raptors shouldn't match that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm shocked that I saw that. I thought it was gonna be like 30
Like
million.
I'm not shocked because like
Like if it was between him and D'Lo, I would have taken D'Lo at the same price. Sorry, Fred at the same price. But
Yeah.
if it's Fred at 40, I don't know if I want that.
yeah, like I'm, but
This
I'm
is definitely,
saying,
like- this
but
is
I'm saying this is how Fred is gonna leave.
This is definitely a Houston thing. He already got his chip, so he's looking for the bag anyways. Or
Yeah.
Orlando.
Right, and then like these teams they have cap. They're gonna pay like how the Knicks paid Brunson,
Yeah.
right? Initially you thought, oh, that's a lot for Brunson, but obviously Brunson
Yeah.
balled out this year.
Yeah. All right. Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Grant is a big one there. Jeremy
Yeah,
Grant.
Jeremy Grant's a big one.
Oh, yeah, some Dame news, some last little bit Dame news. I know you're frustrated with that, but
Bro.
Karis LeVert, Malik Beasley as a team option. Still, we got to decide. Derrick Rose is officially a free agent.
Yeah.
Christian Wood, Brook Lopez, Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Clarkson on a player option, Josh Hart on a player option, Kelly Oubre, Josh Richardson. Yeah, so a bunch of
There's still
like
a
decent
bunch.
backup. Oh, Jakob Poeltl, I saw something about $20 million a year they might give him.
Ah, my God.
Seth
yeah.
Curry is a good one for shooting purposes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Like this way you just listed like everyone.
Yeah, so there Dante DiVincenzo, big one there.
No, I don't think there's anyone else really, right?
Matisse Thybulle's a RFA. That's someone I'm looking at Mavericks for defense purposes.
Just for defense, right? He's not gonna give you anything offensively.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's anything else, right? There's
No.
nothing
So
else.
let's get into some rumors. Dennis Schroeder, obviously, because this goes on the list of
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of people.
of
There's
contracts. And that's why I'm going down to see if anyone that played on a vet.
yeah.
Vet minimum. Thomas Bryant, Danny Green.
Yeah, I just go to rumors. Now it's just getting bad.
Yeah.
Now it's just getting bad.
You want to talk about Shake Milton?
No, I do not want to talk about Shake Milton.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Patrick Beverly. All right. Rumors quickly. First one. So this is actually just new.
Like,
Let me just bring it up. So Clippers traded John Wall, Luke Kennard, and a pick swap for which was Cam Whitmore, for Eric Gordon. Now they're saving $100 million in luxury tax by cutting Eric Gordon. So he just got cut.
oh wow. So that's just a minor move.
Yeah, but with cap relief.
Cap relief for the Clippers, yeah.
I need to go on NBA Central. This one doesn't show too much. Legion Hoops.
Bro, how many words is there? Like, how many see? Honestly, there shouldn't be much, right?
What?
Like rumors wise, how many are there?
I'll just name the couple I see here. Indiana Pacers are strongly weighing 3 years, for Max Strus in the $48 million range. I have a question for you though.
What?
Miami free agents.
Yeah.
How high do you speculate them? Like I saw one where Gabe Vincent was linked to the Raptors if Fred walks. How high would you speculate them? Because those guys made names because of the Miami culture.
Yeah.
We've seen people move to different teams, like Lance Stephenson from the Pacers, went to like somewhere else and he did not do well.
I don't know, value maybe 15 million max.
Okay, because like I'm just saying, like the Miami free agents is like, okay, do you really want to give them a big money? Because those guys mainly made their names through the Miami culture
Yeah,
and how
but
Miami plays. So we don't know how they're gonna do in like different situations.
I mean, they should be in my opinion, whatever Bruce Brown gets, they should be getting less than Bruce Brown,
Yeah.
right?
Well, speaking of Bruce Brown, Lakers have significant interest.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce Brown should be a big target
Yeah.
for sure.
He'll be like the mid-level exception guy for sure.
Yeah.
Timberwolves engaged Wizards in discussion about acquiring either Monte Morris, DeLon Wright. Blazers are expected to let Cam Reddish enter free agency. That's again someone like Dallas. I'm looking at 3&D potential.
Yeah.
Cheaper
I mean, Cam
contract.
Reddish definitely didn't live up to
Yeah.
what he's supposed to be as well.
Kyrie Irving will take free agent offers with other teams, meetings with other teams. There's one that I saw. Oh, Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit among teams for Dante. Miami, this is the one, are a potential destination for Christian Wood. And then I don't know where these rumors came up, but Darius Garland is not getting traded, but he was supposedly on the trade block.
Actually,
Yeah,
especially when they traded Sexton.
yeah. And then Yuta Watanabe, Phoenix Sun potential.
Yeah.
And Lakers are planning to re-sign D'Angelo Russell. And let's end it off here because you're a Raptor fan. Or no, sorry. Before we end up with the Raptors, Sixers are expected to offer James Harden considerably higher than his player option this year.
Oh wow.
Which is
Okay.
$35.6 million. But
Must be a
here,
lot.
last one just to end it off before we get into the FIBA news.
Yeah.
Raptors reportedly rejected OG Anunoby for Jordan Poole trade.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
I'm like, what makes you think Raptors would accept that when you see reports like they did not accept like a 4 first for an OG trade?
Yeah, right. There's no way we're accepting that.
Yeah, so obviously even as a Raptor fan, you're like, nah.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Last bit of news before we go to a quick fire and soccer. Or quick fire is mainly NFL, anyways. But let me just pull it up. FIBA news, not USA. This is Canada news. I don't know if you saw this.
No, I didn't see it. Bro, I was in bed all day. I didn't see shit.
So, Canada basketball has a new coach.
Actually?
It's no longer Nick Nurse. Now, I don't know how much of that is because he's on a new team. He wants to focus on that, or he just doesn't want anything to do with Canada anymore. But because Toronto.
Yeah.
But it's Jordi Fernandez, one of your Raptors finalists, the Sacramento lead assistant.
Wow.
So, which is big for him because if he does stuff with Canada, depending on who the roster is,
yeah, he could definitely get a promotion.
He could get definitely a job next year for sure.
Yeah.
So that's the small news here. Canada basketball, please start, and players, please start announcing your roster spots. All right, let's move on to quick fire. I don't have anything that's written down, but first off, some sad news in the NFL. Obviously, I don't know this player well. I think I've heard of his name.
Yeah.
Let me actually just pull it up. I think I have it. I don't want to mess anything up. It's rest in peace to Ryan Mallett, 35-year-old quarterback. I do have it here. Okay, 35-year-old quarterback. He drowned recently.
Yeah, that's just sad news.
I don't know. I haven't looked into full details of an apparent drowning. Former Arkansas quarterback, played for New England, Houston, and Baltimore. That's where I heard him. I think in Houston.
Yeah.
Played during his 5 years in the NFL. Died in apparent drowning, according to Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, and obviously you got the tributes coming in: Bill Belichick, Arkansas, J.J. Watt, John Harbaugh.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate
sad,
news.
It's sad news, but rest in peace, Ryan Mallett. Moving on, we got some news to, obviously not hard. No, it's not easy to move on from news like that, but Isaiah Rodgers is looking like he will get the 1-year suspension from gambling.
Yeah, and I think there's he's obviously the main headliner. There's
more coming in, yes. So
yeah, there's also more coming in as well.
So Rodgers among players to receive a year-long ban, and then this also puts him in free agency the year after. So
yeah.
So it's not even like the Colts maybe the Colts cut him for draft or cap space reasons, but as among a group of players expected to receive a season-long suspension this week for alleged gambling. So there's more players, like you said.
There are more players, yeah. And I think
roughly 100 bets made.
They clarified the rules a little bit. They're like, when the season's going, you can't bet on any football games, so whether it be college, as well. You can't
be in the facilities.
You can't be in the facility. You can't. I don't think you could bet. Like your name shouldn't be on a sports book during the season at all. I think.
Yeah. So there's
for any sport, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah. So there obviously we had some news earlier with Jameson Williams, who got 6 games.
Yeah, he got 6 games. A bunch of other.
All right.
Lions.
Last bit of news here. There's this extension. The Patriots and wide receiver Devontae Parker reached an agreement of a 3-year new contract up to $33 million. The deal done by Parker's longtime agent also includes a $14 million in guarantees. So Devontae Parker finds a new home still in New England.
Yeah, I mean Devontae Parker is still a decent wide receiver.
Yeah.
So Patriots need one. So it's fine that they locked him up. Obviously, Miami did trade him away to get Tyreek Hill, which is obviously understandable.
Yeah.
But Devontae Parker is still a good wide receiver. But he's also had a lot of injury. He also had injury issues as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to some soccer. Let's end it off here. It should not be taking too long. Once again, if you made it this far, please like the video, subscribe. Thank you for being here. Obviously, we're a little bit low
like
energy.
equals one prayer for us.
But okay.
To help us get better.
Let's go with the transfers. We'll end it with Canada soccer news after, because
right.
Obviously we're a little bit more passionate with that one.
Yeah. But
official news that have come out: Kovacic has officially signed for Man City.
Yeah, that was already expected.
Arsenal finally reached an agreement with for Declan Rice from West Ham,
Making
100
him
million, making him the
105, I think.
100 million plus 5 add-ons.
Okay, yeah, but making him the
Highest British player. I
British
think,
player, yeah.
does he pass Sancho or Maguire?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
whatever. You know that the both of them are flops.
Yeah. So the quick story with this one, City was in the race, and I don't know how much of it was debate. They offered something.
They offered 90 mil.
And they rejected. And
Like at least 90
came
mil,
back,
yeah.
offered this, and then West Ham accepted.
Yeah, Arsenal.
And West Ham or Man City's not putting us.
Arsenal really just beefed up the midfield because they added him.
Because now going to the next news for 65 million, they added
Kai Havertz and
officially as well.
The Thomas Partey was getting a little bit older. Declan Rice is younger, and then Declan Rice is a good player. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously we would have wanted him until we got like Casemiro, and I think we still would have wanted him.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of Arsenal rivals, Tottenham, they have officially announced James Maddison for 40 mil.
And that's a good signing for them as well.
Obviously, they had no Champions League. This is where I'm like, Man United, where the hell are you? But obviously, the Man United tax will probably play it in a factor. But
that's a good signing for Tottenham.
That's a great signing. I love James Maddison. I think he's very
James Maddison is a good player, yeah.
I think he's very underrated. And the last bit before I get to the rumors quickly, personal terms agreed apparently with Harry Kane and Byron.
Yeah, that was a big one for sure. Dude,
that's massive development because Harry Kane at first we were like, oh, he wants to get the British record. He's like, he could always come back to that. And yeah, so
did we say this last spot? I'm not sure, but Ilkay Gundogan to Barca.
Yeah, that was last episode.
That was last episode? Okay, yeah.
Byron, now let's move on. Byron have reached total verbal agreement with Kim Min-jae on personal terms, 5-year deal already. Here we go, which means Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that.
Bro, is there beef between Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein?
I don't think so. Because Fabrizio Romano gives him his props.
Everyone has like two, right? Like every sport now.
Yeah.
Low key because like.
Well, MLB gives props to whoever. They're like 5 different ones.
Actually.
Jeff Passan would say, for example, John Morosi first on it.
So it's like NFL.
In this case, he did give Ornstein credit.
Like NFL has Schefter and Rappaport.
Yeah.
NBA has Woj and Shams. NHL just, I don't know, there's a bunch.
Freach,
right?
Merrick, Weeks, Wyshynski,
Dreger.
Cervelli, Dreger.
Yeah, NHL has a lot.
Yeah.
And then now, obviously, soccer is now Ornstein and Romano.
Yeah. Let me pull up the transfer news live. You could always see this on Twitter. No promo, but Erik ten Hag wants Andre Onana to replace David De Gea.
Makes sense.
Harry Winks will undergo his Leicester medical. So I guess he's going from Tottenham to Leicester.
So he's going to the championship.
Yeah. Koulibaly officially moved. Yeah, nothing major. Besiktas wants to sign Philip Coutinho. Pulisic has given a green light to move to AC Milan. Yeah, nothing Juventus
major,
are willing to sell Paul Pogba.
Oh, but Paul Pogba is injured now.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was definitely. I remember him in the 2014 World Cup. I loved watching that France team play because of Paul Pogba. It was one of the main reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, so nothing crazy there. So we don't want to like read random tweets here.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Last thing, Canada soccer. Obviously, Gold Cup is on. Don't care too much about that right now because
no one's really playing.
Yeah, 2-2, they choked. But the big news is that potential bankruptcy could be involved.
Oh yeah.
Canada soccer at risk of bankruptcy, says Jason DeVos, who is the
president,
acting president, I believe.
Yeah.
Interim general secretary. They're in a real struggle financially. We're not going to bore you guys with the details. You guys could look into it. It's like a Canada soccer business deal that they signed like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 10 years ago for 20 years. Because at the time, Canada soccer was shit.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, yeah, we need finances. We signed that deal. All of a sudden, our women's team has always been good for over a decade, but the men's have emerged. They want more money, deservedly so. Problem is they can't afford it. They need to figure out a renegotiated agreement with CSB.
Yeah.
You can listen to Mike Halford talk about it a little bit on the radio. Peter Galindo and all these guys, you'll see it on Twitter. But yeah, it sucks because we're finally on the map in one of our favorite sports. Normally, we're too busy rooting for like Spain, Argentina, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not stupid. Canada's not gonna win a World Cup, Copa America, whatever. They have a chance to win Gold Cup though, / Nations League. So that's where we're like. The thing is, how they're saying that when it comes to the fall, only one team could go on the international window type of shit. So like either the men or the women go. That's how bad
Okay,
it's
yeah,
gotten.
that's really bad.
So obviously they agreed to some sort of thing with the women's, but I don't know how true that is with this news coming out.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I don't know how they're.
He's quoted to say to Rick Westhead, "We're in a real struggle. It's not imminent, but we need to explore what bankruptcy entails
Oh wow.
and how it might affect our organization." Now I was listening to Jason Brough because they don't have enough revenue coming in for the programs, which is weird because the CSB stuff. How much of it this is to put pressure on CSB to renegotiate? Because if they can declare bankruptcy, they're not going to pay them anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The situation sucks, obviously, but it is what it is. Gold Cup is on. If you guys want to watch, still.
Yeah. I mean, see, Canada's roster not the fullest.
I think none of the rosters are really the fullest. But
Yeah.
for one thing I want to say before we close it out, for Canada Soccer, please play the younger guys more, especially goalie. Borjan should not be playing this. If the rest of
Yeah,
them are
Borjan's playing,
Dane
though.
Sinclair, give him a chance and see what happens.
I'm pretty sure Boyan is playing.
Yeah, but I think he should.
I think Estakio's in there as well.
No, he dropped out.
He dropped out.
Stakio and Adekube backed out a day
Oh.
before. Ali Ahmed started and he was good from the Whitecaps.
Oh, nice.
But like guys like Victoria and all these guys, I would rather not see them play. I'd rather see this like the young.
Yeah, just try to get
because we
young.
need the depth going
Yeah.
forward, right? Like
Just develop some young talent here.
exactly, especially for goalie.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys watching. I don't know how long this is, but
I don't know. I think we're under. I don't even know where we're at right now. I'll be
yeah,
honest with you.
obviously we apologize again for the low energy.
Yeah,
But we appreciate you if you guys got all the way to here.
definitely drained a little bit.
Jeffrey, yeah. But we need to
Just
put
the
out
one
this
thing
content
you-
for you guys, man.
Yeah, today it was a must, right?
Today
Like,
was a must for sure. If this was like July, we probably would have done it a day later. But
yeah, we probably would have like postponed, but like today we had.
but
to
we
because
did it,
of
man.
draft.
You feeling it?
I'm definitely feeling
I'm
it.
definitely feeling drained now. But
Yeah.
got good convos though, which was good.
I'm
talked to-
sweating, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm absolutely sweating, and I'm wearing pajama as well, right?
Yeah. All right. We'll close it out there. But we also, again, we appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment any of your thoughts, subscribe. Make sure you guys check out our Instagram reels, IG in general, TikToks. Follow our Twitter for any updates there. YouTube Shorts. We drop stuff daily on there as well. So, other than that, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.